Now that iOS 14 has been officially released for quite some time now, I'm going to go ahead and show you my favorite tips and tricks that I've been using on this latest firmware update. These are some little nitty bits that will actually enhance your overall iPhone experience so you can get the most out of your device. Let's begin. Alright, let's quickly just get started with Safari. This is a cool one. By launching Safari, if you tap the little A, the 2A icons above here, you could actually translate this website or any website by simply tapping translate right here, and now basically will translate any text on Safari to that designated language. And if you want to add more languages to support this, simply just hop in your setting real quick, go into Safari, and right here in languages and preferences you could go down and select a new language. So let's go ahead and add French, and just like that, now when you go back in Safari, do the same process, you could actually switch it to that language. Now if you need to do quick math, instead of launching the calculator app, you could literally just bring down the search menu like right above here and literally just enter the equation, and it will tell you the result right there. A lot faster than just launching the calculator app. And then if you have to quickly scan a document and sign it on the go, by simply long pressing on the Note app, there's a scan document icon right here. Scan that said document, and you could literally continue scanning as many, and then once you're done, tap save, and here it's in the notes. And not only that, if you tap the little up arrow icon, you could literally just sign whatever documents and fill it up right here on your phone, and then export it as a PDF as soon as you're done. Other cool things, no matter what you're scribbling on, if it's a screenshot or something, if you're using the markup tool, if you make a circle and hold for a couple seconds, it'll make a perfect circle. If you do a star, it'll make a star as long as you hold it. If you make a line, same thing. If you hold down on whatever symbol or icon you're scribbling on, if you hold it, it's gonna straighten itself up automatically. Now if you open up a document, or a new note I should say, and if you put 1, 2, 3, you get the picture. If you actually move your finger forward like so, you could actually make a bracket, and you could continue extending it to whatever length you're trying to get to. I just realized that's a bracket, their index. Now a cool trick that I completely forgot about but found out something else that it could do is if you launch the timer app, if you go into your clocks and go into timer, and let's set a 5-minute timer just for fun, and then underneath where it says when timer ends, stop playing. I didn't realize not only if you have music playing and you set this timer up, as soon as that timer goes away, runs out, it's gonna stop playing whatever audio or video it was playing. But in addition to that, let's say for example I want to give my phone to a kid, but they can only play games for 15 minutes. I set a 15-minute timer, and since they're playing, once that 15-minute timer goes away, it's gonna lock the device and you have to re-enter the PIN code. So this is one of the many mighty tools that the iPhone has. Now the next cool trick involves the camera application. If you press and hold the up arrow icon for your volume rocker, this will do a photo burst, and then volume down will emit a video recording. Now a cool thing about the photo burst, a cool feature you could do is you can actually tap the select button down here. You can actually go back and select the frame rate of that image, or you could use the sideshows of the many different shoots that you did by going left or right and just check mark and then tap done. Now another cool thing also available for the iOS 14, a new nifty change is now whenever you go into an album, let's select like our favorite one, like this one for example, just this one, stupid photos of mine, you can actually long press on the photo and you'll see this new make key photo selection. Now whenever you look at that photo album, that's going to be the cover album for that photo album. Now something important that a lot of people always forget, whenever you take a photo, it actually will include a geolocation where you took that photo. So if you text a photo to somebody and they have access to the location where you took that photo at, if you want to hide that information before you share the photo, on top here where it says location included, tap the icon and just go ahead and disable that. And now to the recipient that's receiving that message, that image, they will lose access to the location where you took that photo. This also includes emails, and of course you could disable live if you don't want it to include sound or the little video clip. Back in Safari, picture-in-picture was new for iOS 14. I really like this stuff. Whenever you play like a YouTube video as a fine example, and you minimize the screen, it will stay on like so. But sometimes this can become annoying, especially if you don't like using this all the time. So instead of moving it to the side or just exiting off of this, if you want to go ahead and disable this so you manually have to click if you want to be in picture-in-picture mode, you could set it up that way by simply hopping into your settings. A quicker way is just type in picture on top of the search bar and tap on here, quickly just skip through it, disable automatically. And now whenever you go ahead and do that and play a video like that, it doesn't do it unless you tap the picture-in-picture icon right above here. And this not only does that, it also allows you to actually like continue using Safari and open up a new tab in the background. Multitask. Oh, and something I forgot to mention back in the Notes app. If you go all the way on top and you tap the date, you can actually switch between the date created or the date edited. So you can see the exact time right here. And then when taking a screenshot, if you bring up the screenshot page that allows you to actually edit it with text and such, if you tap the color icon, there is this nifty tool, which I forgot the name, but you can actually target a specific color on your screen and select it. And not only that, if you tap the plus icon, it will actually save it for the next time whenever you want to select that color once more. And then of course you could doodle, hold it straight to make shapes, and yeah. And then back in the setting, if you want a way to increase the volume limit on your iPhone speaker, it's well known that the loud EQ setting is the best one to select if you're trying to make your speakers as loud as possible. By going into the settings, scroll down to music, and then go into the EQ. If you select late night, as I already have, and this one is said to be known to be much louder than all the other EQs available. So when you're watching the video or just playing music casually with your phone, that EQ setting is the best one to really maximize the loudness decibel levels that these internal speakers can produce on these iPhones. Another additional tip that's very useful to know, especially if your phone is having like issues like defected and such, and you want to make sure you're still within warranty if you don't have Apple Care, or if you have Apple Care, you want to see the stats of your Apple Care, you can just hop into your settings, go into the general tab, tap on about, and right here you'll see the expiration date to your warranty, and it will also display your Apple Care expiration date here as well. And then lastly, most importantly, by going into wiggle mode, I think this should already be known, but I'm pretty sure some people might have forgot. If you go in wiggle mode, you can select multiple apps. This is really useful if you're trying to move multiple apps at once. In addition to that, you can make them go into a folder. And then Safari also has a nifty trick that this is one I personally like using the most, especially if you open up a bunch of tabs like I do sometimes. If you scroll all the way up, you can literally search right here. So if there's a document that's open up that you haven't yet closed and you want to quickly locate it instead of going through a bunch of open pages that you recently had, you could just go up to the search bar and literally type in the subject or whatever text you believe it's included on that web page, and it will search up like so. And then in iMessage, we should all be familiar with replying with like these text icons like the heart, like, and such. You can either hold or you may also double tap. I prefer double tapping as it's quicker to pop up. And then lastly, I'm a person that always uses the flashlight. So whenever you toggle this on, it's on and off. Well, if you long press and hold, you could actually toggle the different brightness levels. So originally I had it on low. You can set it up to max for maximum brightness. And those are those tips and tricks. If you got some good useful information out of this video, don't just simply hit that like button, but also make sure you are subscribed, because I basically cover a lot of tech videos very similar to this. And if you'd like to see more and you happen to own an Apple Watch, check out this video over here as I go through the new settings that you could adjust to unlock new features on your Apple Watch. And then that video over here, that's just a video that YouTube is recommending specifically for you. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.